in the room, so that's always a good start. Always a good start. This is probably going to be a little bit different to some of the other presentations today, perhaps a bit less formal. You might get a giggle or two out of it. It's my own personal story, summarised to a few minutes of basically how I went from failing pretty much everything I touched in life to changing more or less one thing and starting to see dramatically different results. So it's something that I feel I did differently, which anyone can do differently, and begin to see different results and better results in everything they do in life. So I'll just give you a little bit of background on myself. I'm a born entrepreneur. At age 11 I was selling sweets out of the front garden, cash register and everything. You know. Don't know whether anyone else was like that. Yeah, so literally from the start, had the cash register and everything, done the sweet shop thing. Hated school, wasn't my thing. Like a lot of other people, you're doing stuff that you're not interested in, so obviously that was one of the reasons why it didn't go too well for me. And when I finished school, I moved into the music industry. I always had a bit of a passion for kind of playing music and, you know, involved in that sort of thing, and I decided to pursue this degree in music technology. But there was one problem, and this is the big thing. This is the big thing. This was my attitude towards everything I did in life. So do just enough. So I thought to myself, well, look, if we do just enough, then just enough will get us through, and you know, it'll push us on through. Where it wasn't. In fact, it was the worst decision I ever could have made. And obviously, because of that, then at the end of year 1 in college, what a surprise! I failed. You know, so who would have guessed it? I failed on my arse, and I was very, very disheartened by the whole thing. I felt like I let a lot of people down, and that was a big moment for me, because I realised that, shit, this attitude I have is all wrong. This is what's causing the failures in my life, and I need to fix it. So, what do you do after I failed? So this is where I was at. I kind of hit a brick wall. I needed to pick myself up again. I needed to go again. So this is what I ended up doing. I moved to Belfast for 6 months. So I began working on fixing my mindset up there. I was like, okay, let's fix the problem that we have. While I was up there, I took a course in music production and promotion to set me up for going back to college the next year, to prepare that bit better. And then I got to spend 2 weeks in London with the group at the time, which was really, really great. So the reason I'm telling you all this is because this is around the time that things start to change. So yeah, basically, all of this new experiences were happening. I was in London. I'm a bit of a spontaneous creature. Forgive me in advance for what I'm about to show you. This is what happened when I was over there. Please don't judge me. I'll see if I can play this for you now. That's what happened. Forgive me for that. I thought it was important for context. So do you reckon I got through the X Factor? No, definitely not. It was a terrible idea. Exactly. But it was a fun experience, so I figure if you're going to fail, why not fail on national television in front of millions of people, right? So look, thankfully that was kind of the last failure that I faced since then. So that's where we were at. Failed college, moved to Belfast, fixed the mindset, got booted off the X Factor, and then this stuff started to happen. So I moved back to Dublin with this new attitude of let's go all in on this. I finished what I started and returned to college. By some miracle, got distinctions across the board, graduated student of the year. Then I moved over to Wales, and I finish up there with a first class honours degree in music technology. And it's not a thing of bragging or anything like that, but it's just anyone can achieve this when they just do one thing differently that I'm going to talk to you about in a second. So yeah, so after that basically moved back to Dublin, launched the company, wide variety of events. We started on the 27th of July 2015. Started out with pretty much zero money. I had to borrow €300 for the first month's rent of the office, so literally from the bottom. Had nothing but a vision and self-belief in myself that yes, you know what, I can actually do this and I'm going to pursue it. Here we are 4 years later. We're running 200 events across the country. We're responsible for some of the biggest shopping centres across Ireland. We have a team of 10 plus people, turnover of multiple six figures per year. Over 500 events are complete and operating nationwide, and we've just started a second company called Wide Variety Media, which looks after social media, account management and marketing for businesses. So, yeah, how do you go from failure to success? And this is the one thing I realised. After all this mad journey, everything I've been through, pretty much it all came down to this one thing. Go all in. That's it. That's the only thing I did differently since I failed to when I succeeded, was go all in. So if you think success is making 10 phone calls in a day, make 100. If you think it's 10 emails, make 100. You know, whatever it is, just go 10 times everything you have to do. Go all in, because when you go ahead and put 110% effort into anything you do in life, anything at all, your chances of success will go through the roof, and I truly believe that will take you to the next level. So 3 things: go all in, think bigger, because everything you can do, you know, bigger things you can do are much more achievable than you actually think they are once you break it down into a simple plan. And the last thing, which is always important, even when you get kicked off the X Factor, never lose belief in yourself, because that's the most important thing that you can hold with you through the journey. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks very much for having me, and if you have any questions, I'd love to hear. Thank you. Any questions on that, or are we all good? Go ahead.
Just after just going in with the X Factor,
Yeah.
I just want to know a little bit more, just in regards to the thought process, how you came to that, and how you were able to take something where you're on national television,
Yeah.
and you're basically being told no,
Yeah.
and how you change that from where someone would see that as a really big loss,
Yeah.
and being able to change that to being go all in then instead.
That's a really great question, actually. Yeah. I think if it had happened a year or two previous, I probably would have been crushed.
Yeah.
I would have been quite devastated. But my thought process was I was brave enough to go and do it. I got some great exposure. I have a story that I can tell for the rest of my life. And no matter what happens, I'm not going to give up until I get to where I want to be. So that was pretty much the attitude. Yeah, great question. Any other questions on that, guys? John?
Did you get any sound?
I did. The sound worked. Yeah, it's a
Did you
very
start a video?
These poor people have been suffering through awful raps and everything. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. Look, thanks very much for listening, guys. And if anyone wants to connect with me, I'm on social media. Hit me up. Thanks so much. Cheers.